Alright. Hello. We're back to this. To the Boogie Town. Recording a little bit later in the day. Excellent. Got arrested. More on that. Story for later. Point of the story is this place, these people. But we're not here to talk about this place or these people. We're here to talk about this person right here. The Boogeyman. You have about 20 minutes left. You're a very interesting person, Boogie. And thank you for this excellent documentary, Mike Clum. Because this is cool. This is great. Very high quality. Honestly. Like, high quality visuals. You got all these crazy shots. Look at this. Are we watching a movie right now? It's the story of his life. He ate too much. And now he's in debt. He will go homeless. Boogie.
So if I'm broke, if I go broke, okay, if we end up back on disability and it's me, you, and Chad living in some small apartment and we're eating McDonald's every day and that's treating ourselves, you gonna be able to handle that?
Yeah,
you
I guess it's me, you, Chad, eating McDonald's every day in our small, cute apartment.
Because, I mean, I'm hopeful that people will go back to watching us on YouTube. I'm hopeful that people will, like, you know, I can go back to live streaming full time again and do like 6-hour live streams like every other streamer and like grind it out. But I mean, there is a very real possibility that one day I won't be able to do that anymore and we're going to have to live off of whatever we can. Are you prepared for that?
As long as I have you, that's all I need.
Come on. But to address what he was saying, he's got a point. Like he could still return. He could resume his daily happenings. It's just if he can successfully convince the audience that he's also kind of, you know, been unfaithful to and screwed over a bunch and has shown who he is on the inside, like I don't know, man. Like people are rather malleable. You'd be surprised on the shit that you can get away with, right? I mean, hell, you can go bankrupt and she's like, till the end. Why? Because you feel something? You feel something intense because of random biological bullshit? Like, if she were to watch this documentary, would she be like... I mean, she knows him personally. She probably knows him more intimately than this documentary can display to us. Yet it has not deterred them. But on the previous thing, yes. Like, if he finds a way to, I wouldn't say rebuild, but to recapture a sizable audience to be able to consistently consume his content, which, I mean, he already has $3,000 a month. You still have an audience. You just have to find a way to get past all the stupid crap that you've done and all the stuff that makes up who you are. Let's be honest, you're not going to improve. You're not going to get better. You're not going to upgrade. So I guess for where you're at, what you probably find more satisfying of a mindset is to sort of just try to define what you can do with where you're at right now that doesn't involve any actual substantial change. Because for you to change, that would be very, very difficult, especially if this is the thing you've been doing your entire goddamn life, right? He's always looked the same. He's, what is it, 17 years on YouTube? Like, there's still a way, like, people don't, like, it's known. These things are known about you, and it's in a public enough platform, and it's been displayed enough to a specific extent to the point where people are actually able to use that to reflect who you are. And granted, not all the people, clearly not the returning viewers, clearly it makes no difference. But point is, what I mean by people are malleable is you can very accessibly change the public perspective of really anything. Even if you've gone through all this mindless nonsense, people still know who you are. They will return to hear some of the things that you do or say. You just got to give them that reason. It's not based on who you are, how capable you are, how skilled, how talented. It's just mindless crap. Just get attention, get clicks, get people to watch. That's what the documentary did. He made 8 more videos afterwards that cataloged or at least gave some other additional context. Probably not necessarily context, but probably just his opinion on the stuff that he did. Probably more haphazard, you know, justifications.
Have you ever thought about the fact that she's just waiting you out and trying to take your 401k when you're done?
I'm broke.
You're broke.
I'm broke, yeah.
4 million subscribers.
Yeah. You're broke with 4 million subscribers. That's what? I mean, I've seen all sorts of channels just die out no matter how. I mean, it makes sense. I've seen all sorts of channels, even people who haven't been doing this stuff. I'd argue that Boogie's in a better position than all those people that I've seen and I'm using as a frame of reference. I bet you he, like everyone else, they're just doing their thing. They're constant and they aren't, you know, drowning in controversy and doing all sorts of crazy crap. But, and even still, it has no bearing on the outcome of their, you know, view count. Someone like Boogie, I don't know, man. Even though all this stuff happened, he could recoup. I think so. And I mean, like, in a social context. Like, you can't really give people that much credit when it comes to holding other people accountable. Because everyone has their own specific priorities as to what they care about. And if you don't infringe upon that, it's as if you've done nothing. It's crazy, man. Everything's crazy.
Even if he does go broke and has to sell the house, I'm still gonna be by his side. He's the only one that I love and I care about, and there's only one of them. And so I'm not just gonna up and leave him for money, because money's an issue.
Because I love him, and just imagining a life without him is difficult.
Why does that elicit laughter from me? What? It's probably just I'm cold and callous, and I've had some bad experiences when it comes to this. I guess that's why I don't. Stop. What do you? I love him so much, and he means so much to me. I don't doubt that that's the way that you feel, but this is the thing you feel these feelings for. This is the person. Like, given this, can you really take human emotion seriously, or at least the motivation as to why people feel the things that they feel? A lot of the time, it's just random nonsense. Like, is it ridiculous that you are crying over someone like this? Especially, what, 9 months, the amount of time the whole documentary shot, and you met this person halfway through? You've only known them for a few months? I mean, granted, this person was like 20. And they probably are very limited experience in all sorts of different ways. And I can definitely understand that. I personally been with people for that long, and, you know, you could still feel that extent of intensity when it comes to your feelings. But, like, come on, man. It's all about perceived value. How other people view you, how they react to you, it has nothing to do with anything about you. Just take it this way. Life is about what you are to others and how you can make them feel, right? People are going to judge your character and your qualities based on how, you know, the emotions you elicit from them. When it comes to a romantic partner, like, people don't, it's not about substance, not about depth, not about connection, not even about love. You just find someone who makes you feel intense emotions. That's it. That's it. And that's what we're seeing right here. Like, 20 years old, probably, I mean, maybe they've had other experiences, but clearly this guy is the one. I mean, you know, we can't use this as a reflection of everything, of how reality works. It's just what's being shown to us. But just off of this, you could tell, clearly there's some profound impact that this guy has on this person, despite who the guy is, despite the boogeyman, despite who he is. It's very fascinating, but also profoundly tragic. Because it's like, imagine if that weren't there. Like, would relationships actually be like about, you know, actually, like, would there be more quality relationships if people applied a little bit more rational thinking? Because if you just took her to the side and be like, hey, have you seen this documentary? You're the guy you're sleeping with? Yeah, they recorded you in the bathtub with him. You probably consented to that, definitely. But they'll be like, no, rose-tinted glass, but it's hard because you just don't know. Like, why? Why this extent of intensity with your feelings when it comes to this particular person? we haven't even played a minute, and I'm already, it's 10 minutes, I've already been fucking rambling.
I mean, my biggest fear is dying on her. If I die in the next 2 or 3 years on her, that's just gonna ruin her life.
Then improve yourself. Sorry for pausing, but I like that shot. That was a good shot.
I really want you to understand how actually sick I am. Like, I don't know if you actually get it. I am essentially a walking time bomb. And I'm so fucking sorry for that. I really, really wish I had taken better care of my body.
Yeah, I know. I'll never be ready for it, but I know. I don't want you to be alone.
I don't want you to be alone.
Okay?
There's a cost to everything. This is the payment right here. The suffering you get to face. From your inaction, your negligence, not improving. Is this really easier? At the end of it all, saying all this stuff, hey, this is what you're getting into, and I'm sorry. Is that easier than just doing better? I honestly don't think so. Right? The suffering caused from the inaction over in the long run is worse than just biting the fucking bullet and trying harder. Otherwise, you get that. You get reality. Because reality does not care about any of us. Nothing matters. So you are entirely at the mercy of life. So you need to do as best you can to alter the trajectory of the outcome, because that is the best that you can do. You just have mild input. That's it. And this person, time and time again, has chosen to not do anything to improve their scenario. I mean, granted, monetarily speaking, clearly, it's YouTube. 4 million, nearly 5 million subscribers. That's a, like, you're making more than lawyers at that point. You're making more than doctors, and you just, I'm sorry, but like, this is real suffering, I'm sorry. But like, that's what happens. It's the inevitability of things. And as a result, you cause another person suffering, which is great, right? You can't just neglect your own health and have it not affect the people who find you important, right?
I've talked to my therapist since me and her have been together about overcoming it. My therapist keeps telling me the same thing. When you learn to love yourself, all these things will fall into place, and we just got to teach you those skills. And then I turn to my doctor, and I'm like, what do we do? He's like, you've had bypass surgery. You lost 200 pounds. What more can I do for you?
Get a different therapist. What? Yes, mindset shift. Love yourself. Now I'm skinny. Is that how? I mean, if you're it's been a recurring theme of your history that you waste money. You probably waste money on your goddamn therapist as well, right? You probably chose the therapist that makes you feel a certain way, right? Remember, every facet of everything, every industry, everything, it's all monetized, everything. So I guess it makes sense, right? Why he'd spend his limited savings on somebody who could reaffirm his delusions to him. You just gotta love yourself. No. You just gotta diet. And not be a piece of shit.
I'm like, fix it, dude. Help fix it. And then they're telling me that I'm the one that has to fix it. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
That's not yes you do. You know exactly what the fuck's going on. That's not a reason. There's cop-out after cop-out. I predicted this earlier. But still, I mean, clearly the documentary is trying to elicit a feeling. You're playing the sad piano, violin stuff, but this is you. You did this. And it's worse because it's like when you look at somebody else who has considerably less, you can understand why they would succumb to these things, these failings, let's just say. You? Is it just a lifetime of mindless debauchery?
And now, making his way to the ring, Boogie2988.
Hey, so Mike, I just got off the phone with Keemstar, and he has a boxing event coming up, and he's giving me a slot on the card.
Got it? This is 800 pounds in one ring.
You want to know how nothing matters? Keemstar is objectively a worse person than Boogie is, right? Boogie's just covert, narcissist, mindless, has no self-awareness. He's just a mess emotionally. Keemstar is a sociopath, and it's funny. He's doing way better. Keemstar's doing way better than Boogie, and he probably has more money. He probably has more influence by being a bigger piece of shit. That's why it's like I can't really. So looking at someone like Boogie, it's like I can't really strongly dislike this person because they're just an idiot. But someone like Keemstar, ooh, that's a bad person right there.
People are going to see me win this thing. This is where I turn it all around. Right here.
And then you got munted. I saw that. I saw the boxing event. I didn't see, I saw clips. I saw you get munted in the clip that I watched with you.
33 seconds of round number 2. Referee Seamus Dunn stops the contest, and therefore your winner, Wings Redemption.
Watch the way he hits my head. My brain got shocked with each one of those.
Dude, he came in with a leaping. This guy, he trained. You didn't do shit. He came in with a leaping uppercut, hit you with a left hook, and then you're just. Look at it. He just keeps slam, punch. Who would have known? Your negligence caused more problems. Also, how would winning a boxing event make you, like, how would that be a comeback? How does that fix all the stupid crap you did before? So that's what I meant. I mean, even the documentary is able to see it, right? The stage was set for Boogie's comeback. But what is that comeback? Punching somebody on the internet in a boxing match. Like, why would you consider that a comeback? Would other people consider? I think they would. So all the crap that he did before doesn't matter? Okay. It doesn't. That was rhetorical.
You guys were here last. I did have a bit of a windfall, which bought me some time here in this house. The problem with that is I spent more than $10,000 getting that fight together. So by the time all that was done, all I did was put that $10,000 back into savings.
Boxing lessons. If you took boxing lessons, I couldn't tell. Physical therapy, MRI, meals, hotels.
Being in the new relationship is great, but I mean, she can't help pay a $2,200 mortgage.
I love the irony of this shot. I love it. Mike, you're doing a really good job. Look at that shot. He's talking to us about his financial woes, saying how he can't meet the mortgage, monthly. Yet he's got 6 retro original, I think these are original like arcade cabinet video games from the 80s. He probably bought them like pristine quality. They're all just sitting there on their default like screen that gets people to pay. Taking up electricity that costs all of it. It's just funny, man. It really is. It's tragic, right? Well, it's funny and tragic, right? But like that's the answer, dude. It's all around you. It's in the very nice house you're in. It's in the lifestyle that you're living. It's a joke, dude. Life is a joke.
For a second.
Life is an absurd comedy.
Okay, let's go through my monthly bills for a second. My health insurance is $800. I have $500 worth of medical bills. I have $500 worth of utilities. I pay for doctor's visits, physical therapies, labs constantly. I still have to pay for the car that I drive. I still have to pay for car insurance. I still have to pay for health insurance.
Well, so everything's gouged in America. Granted, you just didn't really have any forethought when it came to any of this, so I can understand it. You lose a lot of money just from living here. That's just how it works. This is not a good place. You pay 3 times the amount you would in all sorts of other places while getting slightly less quality product. It's all about, it goes back to what I say, it's all about selling. You just got to change people's perspective, and you can sell them anything. It really doesn't, it's really not as ethereal as people want to give it credit as. It's just money's a thing that people built so that they can control each other for the most part. Oh, it's not? Really? Is that why you have to work a full-time job or multiple full-time jobs or multiple jobs and still not have enough to be able to... You're overworking and that doesn't, match the amount that you're receiving? Oh, it's supposed to happen. Ignore that. That's the way that's just how it is. Just stop being lazy. Be like Boogie. Go out and make a YouTube channel where you get millions of subscribers and then you're just better than other people, right? Look how much money he has. Look how, I don't know you. I don't know you. So then who are you? This is Boogie, I know him. Make money, or you're worthless. Americans.
Diablo 4 came out, I had to buy it. Final Fantasy 16 came out, I had to buy it.
I get it, it was a nerd moment. Diablo 4 came out, I gotta buy it. But Diablo 4 wasn't very... you know what's going on at Blizzard? Or do you agree? Do you consent to their that behavior?
Tears of the Kingdom came out. I had to buy it. That's $400 for the video games.
These games you're buying? The freaking full goddamn price AAA mediocre. Tears of the Kingdom is pretty good. Well, it's because Nintendo spends a little bit more time on their shit. But would you? I wouldn't pay full price just to play a Nintendo game. They gouge their shit all the time, and it never goes down. Yet you're running out of money, and you bought Tears of the Kingdom. Just replay Breath of the Wild, or play a... Dude, on Steam, there's so many goddamn games that are a billion times better than all sorts of Nintendo games that you can get for barely even a fraction of the price of a Nintendo game. You've got no excuse. I just gotta do it. Diablo. I gotta get the starter pack. Which, you paid $90 for Final Fantasy 16. That's clearly not just the base game.
Right there. But if you take out all of it, you take it out. All I eat is sandwiches every day. All I do is sit here. I don't pay for any Netflix subscriptions. All I pay for is internet, utilities, medical bills, mortgage. If I pay for just that, I need $7,000 a month.
I don't dislike you, Boogie, but go fuck yourself. What the hell? I know so many people like that. They just want to talk about the problem. They just want to vent. They just want to complain. Oh, I gotta this. I gotta go. Oh, I gotta do this. I gotta blah, blah, blah. Instead of, how can I think of a way of dealing with this? Instead, you just want to complain about the thing. Like, that's not progress. If you do that, you will lose. Unless you make lots of money. Remember, winning, according to humans, is you just gotta make money. That's the only thing. So, according to people, Boogie's not really much of a loser. He has more money than me. That means I'm a loser, according to people. So, and yes, according to people, if what I'm saying wasn't true, this wouldn't exist. A documentary on some fucking fatty.
I'm not making $7,000 a month, and I have no clue how to do it.
But you were making way more, but you fucked it up. I'm gonna see.
So there's something I've always wanted to try. There's a lot of research that came out of Europe, and now we're doing it here in the United States, where psychedelics can help reset certain brains.
Of course, like, he's doing everything that has, like, that won't require him to, like, do something manually. Like, go fucking to a gym, use some of the many expenses that put yourself further in debt to do that, or to eat less, spend less. If you, like, that's great. Just a diet would cost less than what you're, okay. Just, if you're trying to lose weight, like, just don't do any of the stuff this guy's telling you to do. Not to say psychedelics are bad, it's just, you know.
People who experience childhood abuse, people who've gone through trauma, people who deal with post-traumatic stress disorder, and I'm all of those.
Me too, excluding the PTSD. Only thing is I've handled my trauma way better than you. Yet look where we are. Look where you are. Look where I am. Isn't it crazy? It's pretty mindless.
To be honest, I'm scared shitless. It's one of the only things I haven't tried yet. So let's give it a shot.
You also didn't try dieting or working out or changing yourself for the better. I'm just repeating myself at this point.
My given name is Ryan Arthur DiLeolio, and I've adopted the name Flaming Star. There's one thing that's undeniable, is that there's always this question about why. Why am I here? Existence. What's really happening? Who am I?
I can answer a few of those. Why am I here? Because somebody gave birth to you, a bunch of things lined up in a certain way that cause these other people to create you, and now you exist. Existence? Question mark? Is that even a question? what's really happening, what like in real life, in life, what's happening, nobody knows. It's just mindless, random crap. It's a universe that abides by a bunch of random rules and then just plays out. That's it. And who am I? Who are you? Shaman. Unless you're asking, like, figuratively speaking, right? Like, philosophically, why am I here? There is no reason. Why is a thing that humans created, right? Things just happen. They just play out just because. This thing that makes it happen, happened, and then that thing happens. The explanation, the concept of an explanation is something that humans created. There is no why. Things just are. That's it. There's a how, right? You can figure out how things work, but as to why is it this way, there is none of that. There is no answer to that.